do you remember just a couple of weeks ago, Donald Trump, making a speech, held up a chart. Here it is. And you can see very clearly that that's a plummet in the home ownership rate all the way down to a 50-year low. That's a terrible social
And this is
problem.
the first, to Ashley's point, the first monthly decline since February we've seen.
Wow.
That's interesting. Come on in, Trump economic advisor Steve Calk. Now, okay, you're a Trump economic advisor. We've just got some, I'm going to call them mediocre to poor housing numbers. We've also got a forecast from Trump's economic team that if you put his plan in place, you'll get 4% growth for 5 years. What do you say to that?
Well, look, I mean, it is disappointing. We're at a 51-year low in home ownership here in America. As a Main Street guy, as you know, Stuart, not a Wall Street guy, a guy that spent his entire career educating and helping first-time home buyers enter the market and educate first-time home buyers on safe and sound lending. It's very depressing. I think it really is just an example of what we've been talking about. There's two main issues here, right? Jobs and national security.
Well, I want to talk more about this home ownership rate, because it used to be, in the good old days, not too long ago, that America had virtually the highest home ownership rate of any developed society, way above Europe, way above just about everywhere else. We were close, very close, to 70% of Americans own the homes in which they live. And now we're all the way down to, I think it's about 62, 63%. That's an appalling trend. Because I think home ownership is part of the American dream. Come on, Steve, that's it, isn't it? That's the American dream.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, look, Stuart, as you approach your anniversary as a U.S. citizen, and I'm the grandson of immigrants and a school teacher, I can tell you that, you know, the American dream is owning a home, and everyone should have that opportunity. It is a privilege and something that we all want to work towards. I think what's really important here to understand is even though, you know, we're at an 8-year high with the increase in value of homes and the growth of home equity, with home ownership being so low, don't you think it's a reflection on the underlying lack of confidence in what's been happening over the last 8 years? And why aren't people stepping up and realizing that dream? It's uncertainty. They're scared. They're not willing to build the homes. They're not willing to buy the homes. And as a result, people are stalemated. They're just not moving. We must have some change here to get our economy going again. I recommend the same thing that Mr. Trump does. Lower personal tax rates, lower corporate tax rates. Let's repatriatize money that's sitting in offshore accounts by big corporations, and let's get that money to work back here in America.
Okay, now you are